Yay! Hello, we're alive. We're
We're alive.
live.
So,
Yes.
the question, what now?
What now?
What now? We're all there. What now? So, what now?
Hmm. Well, we know the rules are changing, but there's lots of things that are still going to be absolutely wonderful and marvelous. So we're going to talk to you about things that are going to help you feel more cheery on this rather dull Monday morning.
So, first of all, I do need to announce that because people have been asking the questions. I know there's another announcement to be made later today, I've heard, but so far as I'm aware, yes, we will be closed for a month now. The sad thing about that, as well, as much as I was preparing, is the Nordic walks will not be happening either. I am so sorry. So as far as I can see so far from the regulations that's come out, I can have one person outside and do Nordic walking. So that may be there enough. Or if anybody's interested, I'm happy to do some one-to-ones if you want to come Nordic walking with us. I love that picture of those still. So if anybody wants to come Nordic walking with me as well, please do get in touch. We can set something up. That's it. That's all I can do. It's a one-to-one. However, the good news is we're all prepared and set. We've got some new ideas of things that we're going to be putting together.
Yes, we do.
Of what's going to be going on. But we'd like to share with you, because we did have a good week, and it's a shame. I know it's such a shame that we're closed for a month. Well, we're not closed. We are not closed. We're just virtual. We are virtual again. We are not closed. We're virtual. So, but we'd like to share the highlights of last week, because, despite everything that's going on, there was a lot going on. We had a really good week, and there were some really good highlights and some fantastic sort of like feedback. People were really buzzing. I was really fantastic.
They were, yeah.
But I would like to say that the highlight as well for me was like your laughing workshop and the class on Wednesday night, which went down so well. I literally was crying laughing. It was really, really good. And the feedback, people were saying the chuckling. And one of the things when I did the workshop, the laughing workshop, that meant such a lot to me, was when I came and did it on the Saturday. I was really not in a good mood. I was really in a terrible mood, and it was the last thing I felt like doing. But as we were talking about, coincidentally, the week before, about this creating space, intention, and willingness for yourself. I really had to do that for myself on Saturday morning. The workshop was like a willingness, intent. It's like, and I was like grumbling and kicking and having a rant. So I went down having a bit of a strop. And I got down here, and it is true. It's like, coming to the laughing. It's like, I really don't know. It's like, I'm here, but it's like, I'm going to laugh. It's like, I'm going to have to laugh. And as Jo said, it's not about her being a comedian. Oh, even though actually we do all find her really funny. It's not about her being a comedian. It's about the willingness that you have to do that for yourself. It's like creating that willingness. And also, one of the things that was fantastic was one of the things she explained was stockpiling. And I know that makes sense. I'm aware of, how that works. But to actually experience that when I was in a really foul mood of sort of like, laughing, and then getting to the end, and then getting to the end and having this whole moment where Jo said, so like love, the next highest vibration to love is laughing. And at the moment in time when I was lied there feeling that waves going through, and even though it doesn't take away all of that other things that's going on in your life, you do feel, it is resilience. What that does is offer resilience, and it does lower those levels of cortisol in your body.
And increases all the good
and people, and it came across. I watched it live on virtual on Wednesday night, and there was a few others, Linda and a few others watched that, and it comes across even better. It comes even better, sort of like,
I've had so many comments. One girl said that she was doing it because I did. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it because it's apparently very funny. I did a whole thing with cat laughing and dog laughing, and one girl said that she was doing it. She was in her sitting room doing it, and both the cat and the dogs came in, and the cat was like meowing, and the dog was like going, what are you doing? So I was doing dog laughing with it. When dogs when dogs bark, and those little dogs particularly, they bark in their front paws. So I was doing like which was so funny. So and I love the idea of animals getting involved.
Yeah.
I love my animal noises.
I think we've taken it up. I started doing tortoise. I do tortoise laughter. We don't know. I'm sure how that worked. We were just like, yeah.
How does a tortoise laugh?
I don't know. We were working it out though.
I do a turtle exercise in my normal yoga.
On its back?
It's on its front, like this turtle thing. And I'm always trying to find a turtle laugh because I need a laugh to go with it, but I can't.
Oh, so you're curious about the tortoise? We'll work on it. We'll work as a tortoise. Anybody know how a tortoise and a turtle?
I've been sent various turtle films, but sincerely inappropriate. Mainly mating noises, and we don't want those.
Well, I don't know.
It depends what they like, doesn't it? Yeah, it was great fun. Really enjoyed it. And so this coming Wednesday, when I do the class here, we're still actually physically here on Wednesday. We're also going to run it through Zoom, so that those people who have either so far found the delights of Zoom, or it's really simple to work out.
It's going to be really simple because it's all done through the website. You don't have to know anything about Zoom. You literally just click on the link. I think you might have to install Zoom, but it does it all for you. You don't even have to enter a password or anything.
Fab.
And the thing that's going to be really nice about that, the thing that's going to be really nice about that is we are heading into another lockdown. Yes, the laughter yoga is going to be really beneficial, but also it's about community. So it's about sharing again. So being able to see other people on the Zoom call. So we are looking at gradually beginning to increase the number of Zoom sessions we do, so that you can still see people, you can still see each other, part of the group, and we're still trying to create that community.
When I did the laughing course, I did it on Zoom, so I know it works, and it was really fun, and it's a very sociable way of doing it as well, because you can see people can see each other, and we've got to get used to all of that, haven't we, these days? So that's what we do. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So we will be increasing. We're not going to sort of like do a big changeover, so we're not going to lose those of you who are already online, but I'm going to look at slowly increasing some of the Zoom sessions just so we can create more community with that. So that's our next step. So other highlights that we had this week, Nordic walking. Some of you may have heard sort of like, that's what we were doing, but people were coming in. I had, again, Linda and Alison come in and a few others. Bubbling, and they said they were in bed for sort of like 8 p.m. They said this is the best night's sleep they've had in absolutely years. But many people just really just had a whole moment of revelation, which is what I've been trying to explain, that this is not trekking poles. This is not walking like this. Actually, it is this whole thing of propulsion. It does take the pressure off your knees, but in terms of what it gives you in terms of a workout, I mean, between shoulder blades, for me, it feels like I've had posture tape, but it's been put on. In terms of what it's done up here, with Ruth saying as well that sort of like she normally can't walk anywhere near an hour, but because her back.
Another lady said to me she went on the same walk as she normally goes on and does it regularly, maybe even daily, and it's like a normal walk for her. Did the walk with the Nordic walking, and completely new experience, absolutely amazed. Was so chuffed with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's great for everybody, and of course outdoor fresh air.
Yeah, but it was a real highlight for me. We were just talking about highlights of the week because it's it was just to have that so much buzzing coming back in with a combination of the laughing and the Nordic walking. So coming to that, so what are we then going to do? What now? What are we doing? What's the plans for the next month? So we are open this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are still streaming live and virtual. I'm not sure whether we'll actually be closing on the Thursday. I think it will be from the Thursday onwards, isn't it? I think we're waiting for the announcement today. So if you haven't yet booked a space in class and you still want to come, get on there. Those of you who have booked courses in the studio, please get in touch, but we will honour those. There is an option to do those classes online and give it a go, because we're finding that with this length of prolonged time that this has been going on since March, that it is so important that, in terms of people are realising, this is an ongoing thing, so just to take care, that, maybe you want to have a go at doing this online and virtually. It's like, how can you create that space and willingness, and what is it you can do in your life? And also what a lot of people don't realize is that the sessions online, once you get them online, it's not just a once-off live virtual.
No.
You have access to that. If you've got a 6-week course, you have access to that live virtual class from right to the end of the 6-week course. So they'll usually get, however, that's, how many is that? 3 by 6. You've got 18 classes a week you will have when you buy that online package. And so even if
a week over 6 weeks, and you get all of them as many times as you want.
And you can revisit all of those as many times. It's better than sometimes, when you come into the studio and you're not sure, you can go back and revisit. You can pause it. Many people were telling me, I didn't quite get that. You can hit pause, but you can go on to the rewind button and look at it again. So people have found that really, really beneficial. So, excuse me, just got a dry throat though. So,
all that yakking.
So we've got heaters on here at the studio. It's got really cold. So yeah, they've got that. So you have got all that option to be like. And at the end of the day, what again I don't think people realise is that what we teach here at Energy Body is it's not a fitness class per se. It's not just about the fitness. What we're doing here is teaching movement quality, and it's sort of like creating healthy movement patterns no matter what you do. So whether you're already doing a fitness class, whether you're already like a sports person, whether you're driving all day, no matter what you do, what we're doing here is educating in how the body's designed to move. So
the body then works the best way that the body will work. So whatever you then do on top of that, whether you're then striving to be an amazing golfer or a fantastic footballer or a runner or whatever you're doing, if you've got a good basis of how your body moves,
or if your body is already if you're doing a lot of manual work, or whether you're sat in a car all day, it's learning. You're creating posture with intention, not habit. It's it's about learning how to move. And it's also a lot of the exercises that we do were recommended by physios. I was trained as an osteopath. So the movements here that we're teaching are deeply therapeutic moves. It's not just that what we're doing here is even the dance, which is even more magical.
Even more.
The dance is not about that we're doing these funky moves. We are both trained the same, that what we're looking at here is the anatomy of how the body's designed to move, and it's just like creating those healthy moving patterns. And the dance,
and then we make it fun.
Yes. And so all of life is like, when you say all of life is a dance, it's sort of saying, you notice that, and you'll have that memory of in the dance. It's like, oh, that's how I opened the cupboard door. Or my favourite one is closing the cupboard door with my foot. I must swear that, to be honest. But, so that, a lot of that's what we're doing here is creating. So no matter what you're doing, and in terms of like sports people, they're aware of that because they talk about cross training. If you get stuck in the same movement pattern, so they cross train. But even cross training, if you're only doing 2 or 3 other sports, you're still one that particularly gets more noticeable as you get older, but you're still needing then to look at, like from a physio perspective of, the more intricate details, or you can still get stuck into patterns. So what we're doing here is changing. And what I always find interesting as well is when you're changing the way you move into a new way, you're also generating new ways of thinking.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important right now, that expression of like create new ways of moving to create new ways of thinking.
Really going to be good and beneficial for all of us to take little baby steps into the scary world of other technologies, where we can have this sort of Zoom future and different things that will come out that we can do to keep everything fun and fresh in this lockdown and maybe other lockdowns as well. So it's sometimes difficult to have the impetus to go and get whatever bit of cable it is, or make the space in the living room work, and move
all you need
is
the size of a blanket. Put something on the floor the size of a blanket.
Lay the blanket on the ground.
And because you've got these sort of like, because you've got access to the online stuff afterwards, if you've got like family around, if you've got kids around, you know, it's about trying to carve that place of space in your life, whether that's, you know, after they've gone to bed or when they've gone out to work. It's like, when can you carve that space? But talking of which,
depending on who they are, they might want to get involved and
they
have a
might
little
want to
look.
get involved as well.
They might just
I
want to
know,
watch
we've
and
seen
laugh
too.
at you. But who
And
cares?
some people want the space. It's like, no, it's like my time.
Mostly it's the cats and dogs that we.
So talking about carving time out and time, what we've also been playing with is then offering also some shortened sessions. So we're now in this next month going to look at offering some short sessions of, like, you know, maybe 20 minutes, 10 minutes long, so that they can be more. I mean, one of the ones that came to mind then is I'm looking at doing a lunchtime one that could be like 15-minute session of what you can do if you spend your time in the chair, you know, spend a lot of time sat down, as what is some really quick sort of 10-15 minutes you can do as yourself as a posture break. And then when you've learned those short 10, you can take posture breaks, you know, any time in life. So we're going to put them down so you don't need to be committing. I know some of our regulars are really enjoy those big long hour sessions.
They'll still be there.
They will all still be there.
We like them.
But we do. But it's and you know, traditionally it's interesting, isn't it? You know, yoga used to be 2 hours. Traditionally, back in
when I learned,
a long
all
time
my
ago,
light classes were 2 hours. Yeah, half hour of it was just on your back under a blanket.
Yes,
literally,
exactly.
with not even any bird noises.
Yeah. So we are looking at doing those shorter sessions, you know, sort of like that will be, you know, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes long as well. And then on top of them, then what we're looking at is creating well-being packages. This is the most exciting as well as. So a well-being package is going to consist, and there'll be different wellbeing packages. So we'll have maybe like a mindfulness one, a sports one, or a self-care one. So there'll be all a
sleep time one.
So the wellbeing package, within one package, will have like a variety of things. So there may be one that might have a couple of back care ones in, a laughing yoga. It then might have sort of like, you know, a meditation and a breathing exercise, and it might have a sleep time sort of. So it's going to be a whole rounded one, but each one's going to have a different theme. And then on top of that, when you purchase a wellbeing package, it will also include, so that you'll get, when we reopen, you'll have 2 free classes you'll have 2 classes included in that, in your package, so you can have a go. But there's going to be all sorts in those different themes. So there'll be 10-minute sections, there'll be hour-long classes in your wellbeing package, and you'll have access. Once you've bought those, you will have access to those as long as you like, which is a different thing altogether. So they'll be constantly, they're available once you've bought your wellbeing package.
Normally they go, don't they? Normally, or you
they
have
go.
to
You've
be
got
live,
6 weeks
or
unless
you have got,
so you have access to those once you've bought your wellbeing package.
Yeah,
what I would like to offer as well with some of those wellbeing packages is, I know some people are really struggling with their mental health right now, and I know some people are really struggling financially.
Yeah.
So if you know anybody who would really benefit from a wellbeing package, I'm giving a handful of those away to people. So if anybody would like, if you know anybody who you think is in real need, please do put their name forward. I've got a small handful of people I'm going to give away. So because I can, there's some people I know that is, you know, really
I can think of people already.
Yeah, who are really struggling.
Excellent,
and financially with those. So please do, if you know somebody who's in real need, get in touch, put their name forwards for one of those wellbeing packages.
Really good.
So yes, there's the wellbeing packages. The sleep one actually was another one. We're going to do a sleep session, which Joe is going to do. Obviously, we're going to be from the studio, but it'll be a late night. Some of you who've come and do it a long time ago will know that Joe used to do a sleep yoga session late on a Wednesday night, about 8:30. But one of the most trickiest things about that is a bit the same as when people used to come for a massage, and they used to go, "Oh, you just like have to wheel me home now, so I don't feel safe to drive," or like, and then you come awake again. Guess what? Joe's going to do her sleep yoga, and then you can just put it on, and then you don't have to get up and go anywhere. So you can just go to sleep. So I think that's going to be how fantastic that's going to be.
Really good.
So so that's I think if we got everywhere and what we're going to be talking about. So like I said,
if we've forgotten anything, we'll come back and tell you.
We will. But we'll be coming up and doing little bits of us. And don't worry if you feel a little bit about the Nordic walking. I am going to do some short, like, you know, Nordic walking tuition ones that I'll do on live, so you can take yourself off. If you want polls, I've already got some they're going to be sent off on order because people want them. We're going to be okay. So look forward to seeing you all again. So we'll be here. I'll be here tonight. Please do come to the studio. We're going to be here. If you've not booked your place yet, there are a handful of spaces still left in the Pilates.
Get your Zoom for Wednesday.
And get the Zoom. Yeah, just download the Zoom app and we'll have that on for laughing yoga on Wednesday night, which is going to be so Tuesday, Wednesday. We are here as normal. We're here as normal. That's just somebody giving me a call, man. We're here as normal. So and then we'll carry on virtually and we'll see you all over there. So please do get in touch if you've got any questions and look forward to seeing you. Bye.
Bye.